is a very talented boxer, a great boxer. I'm trying to give him a little more of an edge, a little bit more spirit. I think the only thing that's held him back, if anything's held him back, it's that little bit of spirit. I always, actually, from Providence, I always use Vinny Pazienza as a role model for him. I'm saying, you know, Vinny wasn't the sharpest, slickest, fastest, strongest, or whatever, but no matter who he fought. Like he dug down and he fought. And if Matt adds that to his game, I mean, he's going to be very, very hard to beat. Yeah,
definitely. Now, this is Matt's first fight in Germany. I mean, he's been overseas before, but this is his first fight in Germany. Is there anything that you're telling him to kind of prepare him for that kind of aspect of it, being that this is the first time that he's going over there?
The only thing is just the time difference, adjusting to that quickly. I actually fought there twice, and I trained there quite a few times. And where I messed up was I went there, and then when I got there, I was so tired I went right to sleep. And I slept all day, and it ended up throwing off my clock. So by the time the fight came, I wasn't falling asleep till 7 o'clock in the morning the day of the fight. So I actually got some advice from Manuel Stewart recently, who he goes to Germany quite a bit with Klitschko, and he gave me some tips on how to adjust to that quicker. And with that and with my previous experience, I think we're going to be all right.
Speaking of Klitschko, brings me to my next question. Matt did some sparring with Klitschko in the last couple weeks down in Florida, and Klitschko has the big fight coming up, unification fight with Sultan Bragmanov. What do you think about that fight?
Well, I think it's a difficult fight in a sense for Klitschko because the guy's very elusive. For a heavyweight, the guy moves quite a bit, and he's awkward, and he throws punches from awkward angles. But with that said, I mean, the guy, Klitschko, it's no secret, I mean, he's been working on cutting the ring off, and he's such a big guy. I mean, you know, he takes 2 steps and he's there. He already has the ring covered. So, I mean, it's hard to pick against Klitschko, but I do think, especially in the beginning, he'll have his troubles.
And you got to see Klitschko sparring. How's he looking right now?
I think he looks good. I mean, he actually surprised me seeing him up close every day with his, you know, his fluidness and his jab and his intelligence in the ring. He's a pretty smart fighter. He's probably smarter and a little smoother than I gave him credit for.
We had some fights some other fights coming down the lower weight classes. We got a couple fights. We got Haye-Maccarinelli's fighting Margarito up again. There's rumors of Mayweather fighting De La Hoya, and De La Hoya is actually taking a tune-up against Stevie Force. Just give me a rundown. What do you think about some of those fights in the lower weight track?
I'm surprised De La Hoya and Mayweather are fighting. I'm surprised that people think it's going to sell. I mean, I guess it is, but me personally, like, I'm not interested in that fight at all. I think it's kind of a pointless fight at this point. Oscar doesn't seem to me to be in it to be the champion again. He's in it to make the money and make the big fights that bring him that money, and, you know, I'm not really in agreement with that. I'd rather see somebody that really deserves to get the chance. As far as Margarito goes, it's all going to depend on how he reacts when he steps in there and looks across at that man that did what he did to him last time. And, you know, you can train and prepare for it, but until you step in the ring and actually see the guy, you never really know how it's going to turn out.
And one last question, jumping back up to the cruiserweights, we got a unification fight coming up also around the same time. We got David Haye fighting Haye-Maccarinelli. Right. How do you think that fight's going to turn out? I mean, this is something that, I mean, Matt might fight one of these 2 guys in the future.
Well, I'm assuming that Maccarinelli's going to be, that Haye's going to be a little too strong probably and win the fight, but I'm also assuming that he's going to move up to heavyweight right after, so I think that title's going to end up being vacant anyway. So if anything, that'll bring us closer to getting the chance just because of that. But, you know, we would have liked to fought the best guy. But if he wins, making him the best guy, I think he's going to vacate the title anyway.
I see. How do you just for speculation? How do you think Matt matches up with either one of those guys?
I think Matt matches up well with any guy in the world. If he does what he's capable of doing with his style, with his relaxed approach to the game, and his knowledge, and his, you know, he's got some power and everything. I mean, if he fights up to his potential, I mean, there's not a cruiserweight in the world that he couldn't beat. You know, now he may lose to them if he slips up, but if he does what he's supposed to do, he beats everybody.